guys, I really am going to make this one short because I still have to do a role play. It's 7:12 p.m. and I would like to get to bed on time. That's been my biggest drawback recently. Yesterday I did get to bed on time, but because I took a nap, I think I fucked myself over because I could not fall asleep. Tried everything. When I say everything, I've just laid there. So, whatever. But yeah, I took another nap today because I don't know what's going on other than the fact that I'm just not well rested. I just zoinked out. Just could not keep my eyes open. So I laid down on my air mattress here and just fell asleep. So part of me feels like I got to get rid of this thing in here while I work because it's just, and I look at it and I'm like, oh, I can lay down, you know? I don't know. But yeah, I took another nap. It was a shorter one. I'll tell you what, taking a nap with contacts in, that's no bueno. I don't like that feeling at all. When you wake up, they're so dry and it feels like they're just glued to your eye. And I don't like that. And you're not supposed to sleep overnight with them. They did tell me that I could take a nap. Just be careful. And I thought, okay, cool. So thank goodness. But maybe they should have lied to me and said, do not fall asleep with them in, because then I would never take naps. And that'd be really good for me. Wish I would have been told that lie, but whatever. I'm going to talk about this real quick, and then I really am going to go. But I know in the past I talked about this kind of organization software called Notion, and that is simply just one big software that encompasses so many different areas of life into one. And it seems like it's one of those things that is just so complex that getting into it is very daunting. It's very, when people have their shit in order and it looks good, it's very enticing. You want to go and you want to get your own, you want to make it look good and have all areas of life and function the way you want it and all this stuff, you know? But until you get to that point, it's really complicated. And I didn't really understand beforehand, but you could get templates and you could download them and use them. Now it sounds dumb, but you can absolutely do that. And that way it'll speed up the organization process and you can plug and play what you want. But I was just, I was looking at some reviews, I was reading some comments, trying to understand who this software is for. Because just because there's a great, the hell is this? Just because there's a software out there that does X, Y, or Z doesn't mean it's for me. And what I mean is just understanding my needs and what I actually can benefit from a software or some kind of organization or whatever. And excuse me, let's see. What the fuck am I saying here? Sorry, I am distracted. I'm just looking at this Notion shit. Anyway, I'm off track. What the fuck? So just being aware of what the software can do and trying to see if I even need that, So for example, some people who just use it for a calendar and a to-do list, you definitely don't need this whatsoever. You could use an app called Todoist, which is what I use as well. But for someone who might have multiple things going on, tracking different areas of life, calendars, projects, podcast stuff, writing, that this might be more my speed now because I have more things going on, I guess. And now more than ever, I just want to be extremely organized and just keep track of my stuff a little bit better. Because what I did beforehand was I have this Google Doc and I called it the master file, and I put everything that I possibly could into it. So we've got my goals and my vision. And here's the thing. A lot of these documents I probably could have just deleted, but I didn't. And so now it's just kind of stockpiling. So there is a lot of stuff in here that I am going to use, and I'm glad that I found it again. But we have like 8 pages dedicated to goals and vision. Or I shouldn't say pages, but more like individual files, but they're all in a tab inside one master file. Then we have all things Allegiant Excellence and Allegiant Fit. There's, 20 or 30 different files here. Then we have all things content creation, so about 8 different files here. all things PT Dom. So it's mastermind I'm in. So that would be another, I don't know, 20. Then we got small things like the Blade, mental toughness tasks, personal projects, learning, all the stuff, standard operating procedures, and a space for me to print. And that's been helpful, but it's so clunky, and I don't like that. So I was looking into Notion again, and I was looking at different templates because the templates caught my eye. Every time I come across Notion, I think, oh man, dude, I tried that before. It wasn't really for me. But then I came across the templates and I thought, oh shit, well, I can just plug and play immediately and be good to go. So I'm going to look into it a little bit more, try to get it good, ready to go for me. And then I'm going to go from there, see what happens. So yeah, I'm just looking to get more organized with everything. For example, the thing that strikes the most or that piques the most interest for me is we have this program or this thing that I'm doing where every week this PAL, it's progress and accountability log, where I've got it right here, where every week I go and figure out what I want to focus on for the next week. It's kind of like a weekly power list, but I could put all that into Notion and then track it a lot better, see some analytics and stats and stuff like that, and then kind of keep track of it almost like a journal so I can see the progression over the course of time. So kind of want to try that out. I don't really know how it would work with the podcast stuff as far as the transcriptions and copying and pasting those, because the idea is to really use it for everything. And I watched a video and it explained why it's so good. And it's interesting because they talk about the IKEA effect, the Maslow's hammer effect, and then where's one more? Let's see if I can find it really quick. Maslow's, there's one more. There's the IKEA effect, Maslow's hammer. What the fuck is it? Hold on.
Else. When I shoot, and that's the one, but people, that's where in the marp book effect. When you mail book additionally higher value to things that what happens to do is your value. Not something that it's done, it makes you bad concept. It's a you have it took some months back. Pokemon, like YouTube channels is.
Oh, I see. Okay, so there's the IKEA effect, Maslow's hammer, and the metagame. So the IKEA effect is essentially when you build something yourself, you value it higher, you want to use it more because you built it, you put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into the thing, so you best well use it, thus increasing the total amount of uses and overall usage of the thing that you made or you created or whatever. And I think they talked about, let's see. Yeah, so then there's the Maslow's hammer, which is essentially if you only have a hammer, that's your only tool, then you start to see everything else that's not a hammer as a nail. So meaning everything kind of funnels into the system. So you have this tool, it's called Notion, and everything else seems like something you could put into Notion. And if it's a way to stay organized and stuff like that, then hell yeah. So the only tool that you have is this, and everything else seems like it would fit perfectly into this. And combining that with the IKEA effect makes it more appealing to use the things that you put in there because you built the thing from the ground up. And then we have the metagame, which is a game, so in the video it's explained like, so you have a game and then you'll just say like basketball, and then you have everything else that surrounds it, such as all the jersey sales, all the forums and the fandom and the betting and the street games and the recreation games and all this stuff. That's the metagame. So everything about it all in one. And that's exactly what Notion is. It combines everything all into one thing, one area. There's businesses built to make templates for Notion. That's how big Notion is. I didn't realize it was a $10 billion company because there's other businesses out there that are in business because they make templates for Notion and sell them. which is crazy. I feel like it's a risky business model. No, if Notion takes a shit, then that's crazy to think about. But if you're a $10 billion company, you probably are going to do your best to keep the thing afloat, you know? So I read some comments that said, oh man, I wouldn't put all my stuff out there. And I'm like, bro, I don't know it's 2025. The world is on the internet. So unless the internet goes away, I don't know. So yeah, looking into this a little bit, not trying to overinvest and spend 5 weeks building up a template and then not use it. I'm really trying to see clearly here. If I use this, then I want to use it. If I can't for what I need it to, then I'm going to peace out. But I think in the past I've looked at it and I thought, I don't know how to make this, and I just didn't even. What the fuck? And I didn't even try. So I'm going to give it a shot and we'll see how it goes. I actually brought my laptop to work today and I was able to sit in a supervisor's office, because we have 3 of them. And there's the one on the far end, and I go in there and I sit there. I sat there today and it was quiet. It was dimly lit. There was nobody to bug me. Nobody even knew I was in there. I left the door wide open and it was just amazing. I got everything done that I needed to today. I read both of my books. So I have the Daily Stoic and the Ego is the Enemy. Got both of those in there. Did a little bit for Mina this morning, even though it wasn't scheduled to work. But I got a $50 bonus, which is cool. And then I was looking at apartments a little bit, and then I was doing some stuff with Everfit myself, which is the program I use for clients, and then learning more about that and revamping some Google Sheets, all that bullshit. And yeah, and I did that within the first 3 hours, and I thought, fuck yeah. And so I went out and played skee ball, which again, if you're new, it's not real skee ball. We just put some rolls of tape on the table and rolled this aluminum ball up this ramp that I made from rulers and tape, and then it lands in a pocket of a tape roll on its side, and then we allocate points to each one, and yeah, pretty fun. I actually very fun, but that's what we did. So it felt good to just get so much of the stuff done that I needed to get done for the day that I felt like I could actually step away and go do something. I don't feel that way very often, but when I do, it's a great feeling. So anyway, I'm really going to end the show now because that's it. I don't really have much else to say. So tomorrow what I'm going to focus on is looking more into this. The shitty thing is I can't use it on my work computer. It's blocked. So if I want to use it, I'm going to have my own computer, my own laptop. Not the end of the world, but it is what it is. So also I want to note something real quick. So I haven't had social media, right, for, I don't know, 3 or 4 days now. And so I made it a goal to post on Facebook every day. And that's what I'm doing. So I go on my computer and I log in and I do my thing there. The fuck is this? Anyway, and so I go on to Facebook and I'll have some notifications and people are liking the post. And when I say people, I mean one person. Appreciate you. It's kind of discouraging, man. You put time and effort into a post and making it look good, and it's got wisdom and shit on there, and you put it out there, and it's just not received. It makes you feel like either my posts aren't being pushed, my content truly is shitty, or that every single person on Facebook that I'm friends with is not my ideal client. And I might say that actually. I might, because I just, anyway. So anyway, point of me saying all that is I'll get on to social media and I'll just look at my feed for today and yesterday. I looked at it for maybe a total of 5 minutes today. Like right now, I'm just looking through all the shit. And I just immediately found myself just so annoyed. Just immediately just reading all this stuff and then scrolling on to the next thing, reading it, just mindless information. And oh my hell, it's almost like 4 or 5 days was enough. Let's see, what fucking episode was it that I pieced out from social? Let's look. How many days has it been? So today is 5/10. Delete social media. So today would be day 4 of no social media. That's cool. But yeah, it's almost as if 4 days was enough for me to unplug enough to see that this shit is just so fucking stupid. You know, because for example, so I'm just going to scroll to a random spot. Right here, it's a meme. Next one is some throwback from some girl I think she used to work at the first gym I ever went to. And I guess we've just been friends ever since. I don't even know. He was a personal trainer there or something like that. Anyway, it's a throwback photo of her. Next one is another person I went to school with, someone doing some stuff for books. Cool. Next one is the moon to turn blood red on March 14th, lunar eclipse. Who gives a fuck? Next one is fun fact, 15 years ago you could buy 15 Bitcoin with 1 penny. Next one is an advertisement for Asana. Next one is Alex Hormozy, which I read because I like this shit. Next one is some quote. Next one is a whole bunch of friend requests or friend suggestions. Yes, he's like, what am I doing? You know, none of the, I don't need to know any of this information. And if I did, someone would text it to me. If I really needed to know some of this information, someone would call me, someone would text me, I'd find out somehow. So if it's not that important, why am I willingly seeking all of this shit out? You know? So anyway, I found in at least yesterday and today that when I'm on social, I just get so like, fuck all this. You know, I don't want anything to do with this, which sucks, man. I have to have it for, you know, building the business, which the more that I say that out loud, building a business, I'm like, am I actually, or am I just procrastinating? I feel like I'm a fraud, dude. I've been talking about doing this forever. I don't know, man. Anyway, that's the show. I really am done. I got to do a role play and then I'm off to bed. So love you guys. Thanks for listening. Peace out.
That's it for today. If you got some sort of value or you were entertained, please consider leaving a rating on the platform that you're listening on. It helps a ton. If you are looking for a more polished version of this show, you can check out the Allegiant Excellence podcast, where I go deep into mindset, discipline, fitness, and personal development as a man. And don't forget to check out the links below and read the description. There are sometimes things written there that didn't quite make it on the episode. So thank you so much for your ongoing support and a guy that has massive ambition but nothing to show for it quite yet. And as always, thank you for taking time out of your day to listen and support. I'll see you tomorrow.